Hey Sagittarius, thank you for being here. It's Dawn Burgeons, Dawn Burgeons Tarot. I'm here with your May 2022 collective reading. This is a collective, of course, so I'm going to give you pieces to the puzzle. You can determine whether or not it fits. If it does not fit, please don't try to make it fit. Definitely check out your moon, check out your ascendant, other areas of your birth chart, all that good stuff. You know the whole spiel. You know how this goes, I'm sure. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and get ready to jump right in. I have pre-shuffled the cards. So thank you again for being here. I hope everyone's doing fantastic. And I hope I can be of some help to you guys today. Sign of Sagittarius. Okay, so to start, we have Page of Wands, Nine of Cups, and Page of Swords. Just bear with me one moment. I'm sorry, I just got quiet on you guys. Give me a moment. Okay, so off the bat, I'm getting a couple of different scenarios. So the first one being is that I'm feeling there could be a situation where there is a bumping of heads. Someone is at odds with each other over a particular individual. I'm feeling like there could be someone that is a player, someone who is playing the field. They may be, I'm feeling like a sense of like someone taking advantage of someone. Like there may be someone who's a little bit younger or just less, or maybe doesn't have as much as this person has, or in some facet they are just not fully established in some way, albeit like maturity or age or like situationally. I'm feeling like this person knows, like I'm in some cases it could be two people kind of pitted against each other over one person, like they could know each other, or it could be, you know, just two people, like a person in the center of two people and they're kind of fighting for this person's affection. But this person is a very self-centered, self-serving type of individual who really has no full interest in either party, but you know, they're just kind of basking in it. You know how that goes. And the other two, in some situations, may be none the wiser. In some situations, they very well may be aware. Kind of depends on your particular circumstances. Just a moment. Sorry. Did it again. I'm feeling that there could be someone who needs to be very mindful about being intrusive within another dynamic or another relationship. Like if there is someone who is knowingly or a willing participant in this third party situation, I'm just being led to say to be very mindful. Definitely practice tact, be cautious, because I'm feeling like this person may be a bit of a head cracker, not a head cracker, a firecracker is what I was trying to say, but I mean, maybe that wasn't a mistake. They may be a head cracker too. You never know, you can't play around with this type of stuff, because it seems, innocent enough, even though feelings are involved, it seems innocent enough, and then things start to spiral and people get really, invested in their relationships and their persons or who they feel like is their person, and they're willing to throw everything away over a moment of hostility or anger. So just be mindful if this is your situation. But there's probably, I'm going to pull a few more cards before I go any further into this. Okay, so we have Justice, and we have the Ace of Swords. So there's a lot of air energy, Libra energy, and this in culmination with the Page of Swords, even though I'm thinking that this Page of Swords could be a participant. In some situations, this Page of Swords energy could be someone who is starting to wisen up and starting to see things for what they are. It could be, again, a number of things because it's a collective, so let's just keep going. This Justice card for me, it is about understanding for someone that there are checks and balances, there are ways of going about the situation. Like if this is someone who has been wronged or has been the brunt of someone else's there was a particular word I'm looking for, but indecencies, that's not the word I was looking for. But if there is someone who has been the brunt of another person's just disrespect or I'm sorry y'all, I'm having a brain fart. You know what I'm saying. If this is happening to you, if this is something you are going through, I'm being led to say definitely to tread very carefully and do things the appropriate way. If this is something that is causing like an upheaval or something that is causing kind of a concaving of a foundational situation, like if this is affecting your household, like if you and your person live together or you guys cohabitate and now all of this is happening and you have to move forward. I'm just being led to say for some people just to go about things the right way. Don't take karma or matters into your own hand. Take matters into your own hands as far as it involves yourself and kind of removing yourself from a particular situation. But this is saying to let karma do what it is intended to. I'm feeling like they are going to get a great dose of this karma, but don't allow yourself to get caught up in this whirlwind of emotions and chaos and all this extra stuff, because it's going to affect you for the worse. You know what I mean? It's not going to make the situation better. It's going to make it a lot worse than it ultimately will turn out if you just kind of allow the process. Because this Ace of Swords, of course, it is new beginnings. I'm feeling like someone is starting to think a little clearer. There may be someone that was in a fog. This may not even have been a person that's necessarily younger or more immature or anything like that, but this is just someone who felt prey, who felt vulnerable, who was maybe in some cases in a lower moment, because people will prey on those that, you know, are kind of going through difficulties or just kind of not at their operating at their highest frequency. So I'm feeling that definitely someone is starting to take off those like rose tinted shades, and they're starting to take off the blinders. They're seeing things clearly. And now, you know, that they have gotten to this point, you know, they're opening up so many, just karmically, they're opening up so many doors and avenues of opportunities and much better things now that they are starting to see this situation for what it is. So, yeah, this may be a situation between the mother, like two mothers who share the same children's father, or, okay, how am I trying to say that? Two people that share, okay, y'all, I promise I'm gonna get it together before I'm done recording today. This could be a situation regarding two people with the same baby's father or something like that. You know what I mean? Or like there could be kids involved. There could be issues of like child support, like that kind of messiness, you know, like that type of energy. And this justice card, it could also be like dealings as far as, you know, how like if you're in a relationship, like maybe you guys are on like a family plan, like a cell phone plan, or maybe like there's a bill, or you know, your Wi-Fi is in this person's name or theirs is in your, you know, something like that, like something that is shared or something that is joint property. There could be some dealings with that as well. But even in that, you know, there are measures to take. You don't have to completely like engage with this person in order to gain your comeuppance or to get, you know, the things that you need to make sure that your situation is stable, to make sure that you're not stuck in the long run. You know, there are ways of going about it, but definitely don't lower your frequency to get on any type of pettiness or backhanded type of stuff. You know, go about things the right way and then just completely disengage if this is, you know, your story. And that's the best, you know, and I always say this, I say it all the time, like the best way to really get a reaction out of someone is to completely just fall off. I mean, when they're accustomed to knowing that you're the type of person that engages, that even if it's just to call and cuss them out, even that is a form of engaging, you know, even that is still feeding this person's ego, you know. And this Nine of Cups energy, you know, they like to be fed, like they like to have their ego fed in its lowest vibration, you know, is what I'm saying. They like to have their ego fed. They like to be satiated. They like to feel like, you know, everything just kind of revolves around them. It's about their, you know, selfish needs, their selfish desires, their selfish wants, without much regard for other people, you know. So I don't know what I was saying before I went into that little babble, but okay. So I'm gonna pull a couple more. So we have the Hermit and we have the Nine of Swords, Virgo and Gemini. The Hermit, is time to take some time away. It's time to really get back to your center. Whoever this is for, it may be this person or the other person or the other party, but it's definitely time for someone to check themselves, someone to clear the air, someone to step away and to gain a better perspective, because someone has been really, again, just not at full capacity or operating at full capacity. And I don't mean that to insult anyone's intelligence, but you know how it is when things are, again, less than favorable. Sometimes it can just kind of weigh us down. So it's time to, get that mojo back. It's time to get to know yourself again, spend some time with yourself. There has been this Nine of Swords. I'm feeling like there's someone who has been very, of course, in their own heads about this. It's something that has been very stressful. It's hard to really understand people sometimes, like until the cows come home, it'll never make any more sense. Sometimes people just are who they are. There is no rhyme or reason for it. It is not suggestive of anything within you. If anything, it's the opposite. Sometimes people project their own insecurities onto us because they don't know how to cope. They don't know how to, to cope and to deal with things and to take accountability. It's easier to shift blame. It's easier to just gaslight. It's easier to just use people as opposed to facing our own truth sometimes. And I'm feeling like whoever this is for, they may have been dealing with someone who was that type of person. And it's so unfair that a lot of times whenever we're the brunt of the wrongdoings, how it's often us that are the ones that are up at night, dealing with the ramifications of that. It's very seldom the guilty party that has caused this anguish, because a lot of times they're narcissists anyways, and they're incapable of feeling, So in order to kind of clear this, and as with all things, of course, I have to say, if this is something that is really troubling or like on a psychological level, there's a lot of different avenues for help on that type of, level. But oftentimes, for some of us, because I don't want to just like write it off all the time as mental illness. Sometimes life can just suck, or situations can just suck. And as humans, sometimes it puts us in a funk or in a very negative headspace and heart space. That's normal, So I definitely think, as with all things, and I know it sounds so cliche, and I know that, we all wish there was some sort of magic pill or potion or button or something that we could just use or push to just get us beyond this, but sometimes we just have to feel it. But we all have gone through it, and I'm sure there are many of us that have been completely wrapped up in a situation. I know I have. Like when I was going through my divorce years and years ago, it just felt like hell, you know what I mean? And I don't take that lightly. It felt like it was the worst time of my life, like ever, with small children, like, my children are teenagers now, but they were really little. And it was just the most detrimental thing that I have ever gone through. And now when I look back, I look at the person I was with, I look back at the situation, and it almost feels like a movie. Like, was that even my life? Like, it doesn't even, I feel so detached and so far removed from it. And then on top of everything else, my ex-husband, like, they want a friendship with me so bad now. And it's something that I'm just not willing to do. Like, I don't want any ill will. I don't wish any ill will towards them. I don't want any harm to come their way. I wish them the best in love and life. But my response to them, well, first of all, our children are 19 and 20 years old. So, because they came to me, and I don't mean to make this about me, but I'm just saying this as an example. But they came to me like the other day, and mind you, I don't really have any type of dealings with them. Like they talk to our children, and that's how I like to keep it, but they've been increasingly wanting, some sort of communication between them and I. And I'm like, our children are grown. There's nothing for us to move forward from. Like, they've apologized a gajillion times, and I've told them, I fully accept your apology. I don't have an issue with you whatsoever. I forgive you. But we are not friends, and we are not moving forward as if we are a friend. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to, and I'm saying this to say that, people come to their own realizations in their own time, in their own way, eventually. Sometime down the line, they'll get the picture. We cannot convince anyone. We cannot make them see the light. We cannot make them see the error of their ways. That's going to take a more divine type of being, guidance, in their own personal journey, to help get them to that place. So the same way that I can look back at this and say, wow, like, that was nothing. I mean, it was something at that time, but it's just like, whatever, I don't even think about it, this too shall pass, is what I'm getting at. And there is absolutely, this Ace of Swords, it's not only a new way of thinking and being, but because I'm feeling like it definitely is that at its core, but it's just, of course, the Ace of Swords is about breakthrough, new opportunities, like everything that you have lost, kind of being wrapped up in this situation that wasn't fully serving you, that is completely at your disposal now. It's within reach for you now. You can now focus on that and in those manifestations. Okay, Sagittarius. I do apologize about that. I'm recording on a new device. I apologize if the quality seems grainy. It's a newer device, but the camera quality seems a little different than my older model. I may have to go into the settings. So that's one thing. And also, I had something weird happened. My phone was acting wonky as I was concluding, but pretty much, what I was saying, we were just closing and saying that, yes, it is the time to fully embody this Ace of Swords energy, time to breathe new air, feel a different environment, try something different, new people, new surroundings, or kind of just whatever applies to your situation. But first, definitely a purging, a reset, to kind of clear your head, clear your mind from all of the stress that has kind of overwhelmed you through this. I'm going to pull a couple of angel cards. Oops. Uh-oh. Stuff. It just fell. Give me a moment. Okay, I can't reach it. Okay, so the two angel cards that we pulled, ease and grace. Ease and grace is, just the pokes to this Nine of Swords energy. And I understand, with the Nine of Swords, it's not, a switch. It's not a quick fix. It's you have to kind of work systematically or just kind of methodically, taking steps towards improvement and getting better and channeling those thoughts and the negativity. Ease and grace, forgiving yourself, because sometimes, we take the blame, like, what is it that I could have, like, why do I keep attracting this particular type of person, or why do I keep going through these obstacles? And it's okay to kind of ask those questions to a certain extent, because that kind of gets us to the point of, it helps us to understand if there are patterns in our lives, or if there's something that we are doing that may be attracting or drawing us to the wrong type of people. I mean, it's important to get that under control and to figure those things out. But also it's very important to give yourself grace and forgiveness. We didn't come here with a book of instructions, and it's a lot of things that we still have to figure out. And it's not about age, I mean, it's, we're always learning. We're always evolving. The second card, and it's a beautiful card. I love this card. It says to trust the universe. You're not in this alone. Sometimes we make decisions, sometimes we act a little bit haphazardly, or we put the cart before the horse, but sometimes we just have to take a step back. You know, just like the archetype of your card, the Temperance card, you know, being patient and trusting that things will work itself out. Like, we don't have to always be in control of everything. Quite frankly, we're not in control of most things. We do have a lot of control over our actions and the things that we do, but I mean, just there are some things that are just divinely guided. There are some things that are karmic. And if you are a spiritual person and you're in kind of like this state of manifestations, and you're like setting intentions and calling on the universe to help you, you know, you can't just say the words and then not believe in it, you know what I mean, and not believe in the power of it. You know, you have to put it out there and also believe and have faith that things are working for your greater good. So yeah, it's about alignment, but that's what I have for you guys. Thank you for being here. Dawn Burgeons Tarot. Of course, if you like the content, you know what to do. It will be greatly, greatly appreciated. So yeah, and I will, I'm not on a schedule right now. You know, I'm kind of playing it by ear until things, you know, pick up, but I will be posting again very shortly. Of course, if you hit the subscribe button, then you will be in the know, kind of in the loop. But you know, if not, you know, in your own timing, just check back, because I will definitely be posting sometime soon. So thank you guys again for being here, and have a great rest of your May. Bye.